On this episode of your Geek Fix, we're going to show you how to make a 1/4 scale 2-story building complete with wood floors, brick walls, windows, textured ceilings, and this rooftop garden for just over $100 that can still be broken down for convenient storage. This is your Geek Fix. So I'm a pretty big fan of 1/4 scale figures and accessories, and because I also have kids, I have had the opportunity to purchase Our Generation and American Girl doll accessories, and some of them are pretty cool. They're pretty detailed, like this fully functional pinball machine that we bought last year that even has ball locking and scorekeeping. So when they asked for a house, there was two problems that I had with it. One was they're big. I mean, again, consider that 1/4 scale means that it is 1/4 the size of the actual object. Imagine something that's one or more stories in your house that is 1/4 scale of your house. Where are you going to put it? It uses a lot of property and really expensive. Everything that I looked at for just a basic room even was well over $100. So I decided that if I was going to make something, it had to meet at least 3 criteria. Number one, it has to be within the budget, which means that it would have to be around $100. The second one was the property size. I wanted it to be small, so 3 feet both in depth and in width, and also that when we go to move, or if I'm going to store it, that it could collapse down or be taken apart and fit into a foot or less. Another important feature would be that I don't want something that's going to be able to be tipped over or fall on somebody or that's going to be dangerous. So it's got to be strong. It has to have a really good structure and foundation to it. So that's how I started out. What's going to be a good skeleton or structure for this that would be easy to take apart and assemble? So I went straight to the hardware store where all of the shelving is, and I found this honey can-do shelf. It's 5-sided corner shelf that's in black. They had actually a few different colors. I chose the black one, and at about $15 a shelf, that was a pretty good price. They're very sturdy, very thick, and they even look like a miniature version of high-rise construction. These are about 2.5 feet deep by about 2.5 feet wide, and are 1/4 scale figures. American Girl doll, for example, are about 16 to 18 inches. So I went with 22-inch floor-to-ceiling height. So for that reason, I chose these 54-inch shelf poles. That would give me enough room for 2 stories, plus a little bit for what I was picturing in my mind as a rooftop garden. I'll come back to that in a second. Now, at the same time, these poles can be unscrewed, and so you could expand, make them even taller over time. Now, at the same time, how do we turn that shelving into a building? So for the floors, walls, and ceiling, what I decided I would do is use poster board. And you could go to the dollar store and get poster board like this for $1. This wasn't tall enough for the 22 inches I was looking at, and also I've had some varied success with the strength of this kind of poster board, as well as being able to paint or put glue on it. So for that reason, I didn't use that. At the same time, I did use some of this poster board from Hobby Lobby, which is 32 by 40 inches. And what I like about it is that it's not only much thinner, but it is much more durable and handles paint, including spray paint, pretty well. It is a bit more expensive, but at the same time, you can always use the 40% off coupon that they have. So that's good too. To attach my boards, I drew a line about 4 inches in, and then I used a foam cutter and adjusted the blade so that just the paper layer would be cut. After cutting the line, I folded the board and hot glued the 4-inch area and attached my other board so that the wall would fold just within the corner. This makes the fold less detectable and allows me to unfold the wall to make it flat. For our walls, I found this pill and stick wallpaper at the dollar store, which I could use on the bedroom. But for the main level, I want to go with something that looked more like a brick. And so I had some sheets of this, which is plastic and actually has the texture of brick, but it doesn't look very realistic, and also I don't think it's the right scale. So instead I went with photorealism and just printed out sheets of brick, which I then pasted onto the walls. Similarly, I could just go with this pill and stick wallpaper, which they have dark wood and light wood at the dollar store. And I could use that for the floors, but instead I decided that I wanted to go with laminate because I thought it would look more like wood and it would be more durable. And no, it's not going to be very expensive because we're only purchasing enough to cover our floors, which again is about a 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot space. But in my case, I went in and asked for remnant, which is the leftovers from the cuts that they've already made. And if you're lucky like I was, they'll cut it to just the amount that you need. So in the end, I paid just a few dollars for each floor. And I went with some dark wood, some light wood, and this stone, which I kind of like. They also have a lot of free samples, which you could use for either rugs or, in my case, AstroTurf for my garden. And that leaves the ceiling. I didn't want just a white flat ceiling. I wanted something with texture, something with character. And especially for the bottom floor, I really like copper ceilings a lot. I think that brick with a copper ceiling would be great. So I wanted something that looked like copper tiling. But copper tiling sheets, even the plastic sheets, are kind of expensive, and I thought the pattern was too large for the scale I was looking for. And then I saw these easy texture printable wallpaper sheets, which come in a large roll and have this great pattern on them, but it was just the right scale. And I could use this Rust-Oleum paint to make it look more like copper. Two warnings that I will give you though is, first off, this paper is covered with kind of a powder on it, and I found that it stuck to everything and colored it pretty well. And so you want to be careful when you're handling it. Don't set it on top of anything. And after you do treat it, either spraying it with a sealer or paint. The second problem is that when you glue it on, which I looked at a lot of different kinds of glue. I thought about using spray ticky tack or making something that would just kind of place it on the ceiling that I would typically use. Instead, I went with a more hardcore glue. The downside to that sometimes is that paper will warp as it dries. And that's okay, because I found, even though that happened to me, once when I turned it this direction, you couldn't tell. You can't tell at all. It looks perfectly flat, so don't overthink it. So I had so much of that, I used it for both the bottom and the top floor. While I was at the dollar store, I also picked out some frames, which I decided I could use for my window frames by just adding a little bit of styrene in the middle and then spraying it white. I cut out the holes in the walls by tracing the glass and then glued them on the inside. So the next problem was finding a way to light this. And I decided in the end that I would just go with a strip of LED lights with a switch, specifically lights that have a warm tone to them, which you can find pretty easily on the outer packaging. And then with the switch, they can turn it on and off, and it can be separately powered. I did that both for the bottom and the top floor, and then zip tied those switches to the side. Now I keep mentioning this garden top. I knew that 2 stories in the end would be a majority of the height of a kid anywhere from 8 to 14 years of age, and so for that reason I couldn't do anything too elaborate for the top story. I also didn't want to go too high, and I decided that what I would do is make this garden top. First, I used my stone laminate and my AstroTurf samples to make the garden top floor. Then I made a flower box using some of the laminate from my bottom floor and filled it with flowers that I got at the dollar store. You'd be surprised how many flowers, fake flowers, you can get from the dollar store, as well as some peat moss and other things. I got some of these pots, and these small buckets were 3 for $1. Filled them all up with some of those flowers. Probably the most expensive thing on that floor was a tree that I found at Walmart for about $7. I had 2 posts remaining that I also covered with pots and flowers. Now the most important thing to notice about this build is I didn't glue any of the walls to the ceilings or floors. That allows me to take this 5 foot in the end building and tear it down to something that I could store in a 1 foot space. I could also reassemble it rather quickly. The only problem I had initially was getting those 5 poles into it through the bottom, which is easiest when they're in halves and you stick them through. And that's it. We now have this 3-story tall building complete with a bottom floor, game room, cafe with brick walls, dark wood floor, copper tile ceiling, second floor with 2 windows, pattern wallpaper, and a rooftop garden complete with stone walkways, grass, and potted flowers. All for around $100. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. Click that bell to know when we're turning out new videos. And stay tuned. This was your Geek Fix.